appearing in the roads, and a lot of neighbours saying that there's been a bit of movement in their properties. At that point, individuals were raising it with the council. The council did come out and repair some areas where there were issues with the road.
But despite the remedial work, the cracks continued to grow into this. A patchwork of mini ravines and holes in the road and a collapsed pavement. It's got so bad that at least one of the properties has been deemed unsafe to live in. And while those left behind like Shamim have been told their homes are safe, they can't help but watch nervously the ground around them.
There must be movement going on underneath the whole of the estate, and I think when I walk back and forth each day, you're just looking at the floor, and it's a worry to think what is actually going on underneath. I'm not sure the house will be standing in another 2 or 3 years.
But alongside the stress and uncertainty, living here throws up considerable challenges every day, not least because the road has been closed to all traffic since August 2019.
Tell me about the impact when they decided to close off the road in the way they have.
I think that's what really hit all the residents. So for me personally, I do have mobility issues. So now I'm having to go from the house to the main road to get taxis. If we do any shopping, it's a nightmare trying to then bring all your shopping back.
And the limited access to the properties has left residents worried about how emergency vehicles, for instance, would get to them if they needed to.
If there did happen to be an emergency, an ambulance would have to park on the main road. They would then have to get out and walk. And, 2-3 minutes can mean the difference between life and death. So it is worrying.
Builder Sam lives just a few doors away from Shamim.
I have to carry my tools in and out of my vehicle every single night and every morning just so as I can go to work. I know it's really petty and there's a lot going on in the world at the moment which is really severe, but this does have an impact on our lives.
How is it making you feel living here?
Got it and devastated, because we cannot get anywhere with this situation. Our big wish is to have the road repaired and we live normal life.
Thwarting the residents' urgent desires to get the road repaired is the fact that no one is prepared to take responsibility for the situation. The developer Redrow, Stoke-on-Trent Council, who adopted the road after it was built, and Severn Trent Water, which manages the pipes beneath the estate, all have different ideas as to what's caused the problem, from faulty drainage to major infrastructure problems. As a result, they also have very different ideas about who should be taking responsibility and putting the damage right. So, while they play tug of war over it, we've called in an expert to help the neighbours. Catherine Jump is a solicitor who specialises in investigating disputes like this. And although they can be difficult issues to resolve, for Catherine, there's one party that could be doing much more.
It is quite a complex area of law, but there's a really simple principle that the council has a statutory legal duty to maintain the highway and to make sure that the highway is safe for people to pass and repass, both on foot and in cars. That's the council's legal duty, that they should repair it. And
Right.
if there are other parties who could contribute to the cost of that, because there is some legal responsibility on others, it's for the council to pursue that.
Right.
Simply closing the road can't be the solution.
Do they have to do it within a certain period?
No, but the council has an overarching duty to act reasonably.
Well, we put Catherine's argument to Stoke-on-Trent Council, which told us that whilst it completely understood the frustration and disruption caused to residents and sympathised with the position they were in, its primary concern has always been to protect the safety of residents and the public, which is why it took the decision to close part of the road. It acknowledged that though it has a duty to look after roads that have previously been adopted, until the defect, which has been caused by no fault of the council, is fixed, it will not be able to repair the highway and reopen the road. But Trent said it was trying to work with the other parties involved to resolve the situation. The council stressed that it is in regular contact with local emergency services, including the fire service, which the council says has plans in place should they be called out to the area. It added that ambulance crews have also been fully briefed on the situation. Meanwhile, the developer Redrow said that following its own comprehensive survey, it identified an issue with the drainage system beneath the road, which was washing away the substructure of the properties on the estate. As a result, it says that Severn Trent Water are the only ones who hold the power to fix the issue. It added that despite pressing for a meeting with both the council and Severn Trent Water, this has not been forthcoming to date. But Severn Trent told us that it has been carrying out extensive investigations to help understand the cause of the problem, and that a recent comprehensive survey it conducted concluded that it's highly unlikely that its network is the root cause of the subsidence. It went on to say that despite it not being responsible for the issues, it continues to support residents where possible and work with those involved while they find a solution, all of which leaves the residents still desperate to get one of the three bodies to accept responsibility and sort out the problem. As the demand for new homes increases,